regrette rien. Non, je ne regrette rien. C'est payé.
Bonjour, welcome to French International 105, and today we're going to be talking about the Three Estates and Ancien Regime. Back to you, Heya!
Hello! Welcome to Paris International 105. Here today we are going to interview people of the Three Estates. Now, we all know that the Ancien Regime is really bugging a lot of people, but let's hear other people's views. Let's just walk around. Oh, hey, there's a novel. Bonjour! Hi. We just had a couple of questions for you. So, what is it about the Ancien Regime do you like? Well, first tell us about yourself. What estate are you in?
I am a noble of the Second Estate, yes.
Okay, and what is it about the Second Estate do you like? Is there anything you want to change?
Nothing at all. The king is a very good king, and I have to pay no taxes. I mean, even though I don't really, my husband doesn't really make a lot of money, but you know, no taxes, so I'm very well off. I own land, and I'm pretty good, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Well, folks, you've heard it from here. This is Paris International 105.
Bonjour, I'm Colette Cabret with French International 105. Today we will be continuing our segment on the French Revolution. Today I will be interviewing a clergy member, Simon Garfunkel, and a peasant, Georges Relot. So, what do you think about the peasant uprising?
I think it was a very sinful act for them to commit. They had no right to create so much chaos in our peaceful nation of France.
And what do you think?
I think it was totally necessary. We deserve to have the right, we have equal rights, and we work extra hard, and we deserve.
Okay, and what do you think about the estate system? Is it fair? Unfair? What are your views?
Well, I think it is just how things are supposed to work on this earth. It is what was always planned. We, meaning myself and the clergy, are the closest to God, therefore we should have the closest thing to heaven with all of our wonderful living style.
Interesting.
And what do you think, George?
I think it's very unfair. Us peasants, we should not have to pay all the taxes.
Okay. And why don't you think you should pay all the taxes?
Because we work in the fields all day, all night. The harvest is bad. We have to feed our kids.
So, because the harvest was bad, the grain prices have risen.
Yes.
Is that correct? Does that mean it is harder for the peasants to pay taxes and buy food for their family?
Yes, extremely hard.
Okay. And what is your viewpoint about the radical ideas of the Jacobins?
I think they're also a very sinful thing, and we should do everything we can to rid our nation of these horrible people before they start giving other people without sins ideas that make them very sinful.
Okay. And what are your views on the Jacobins?
I do not believe our village has heard of the Jacobins.
Oh, well, the Jacobins are a radical group that wants a republic instead of the monarchy. Okay. And how do you feel about Napoleon taking the crown from the Pope's head and putting it on himself?
I thought that was a horrible thing for him to do. The Pope is much more important than he is and should have much more power. He has no reason to give any expression of him being more powerful than the Pope.
Okay. And what do you think about that whole thing?
I thought it was a very good decision. It was totally necessary, and he deserves absolute power.
Okay. And what are your opinions about Napoleon as a leader?
Well, as a leader, I don't think he's doing a very good job. He does not work with us, the church, at all. He's very alone and independent, which leaves him much more able to sin.
Okay. And George, what do you think about Napoleon as a leader?
I think he is a wonderful leader. He is very loyal, and he
well, that's all the time we have for today. And this has been Colette Cabret talking to the clergy member, Le Saumon Raffondra, and peasant, Georges Ralou.
John Necker has recently issued taxation on all estates. Here I have footage of the reactions of the noble and the clergy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jack Necker. I'm gonna kill you now. I'm gonna kill you for what you did. You taxed me. You taxed me. Oh my god. 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 What do you think you are? I'm gonna get taxed. What do you want? Why are you getting taxed, Mia? I have to take your shoes away. No! No! Give them back! Please! No! Please!
Hello, I am Colette Cabret. Today we are observing the French Revolution. Right now we're looking at some of the long-term problems. Right now you can see a noble, plate full of food. This is a normal day for a noble. They have food every day, a plate full of food. But that is not what it's like for many of France's citizens. Now we are observing a peasant. Their lives are full of hunger and famine. They will not have food for days on end sometimes. This is what it's like to live in the Third Estate. This is what it has been like ever since the bad harvest, making grain and bread prices soar.
Are you tired of living a peasant life? Are you tired of the lack of face creams and hygienic products? Then try this.
Whoa! It works! I'm Dr. Khaki, and I approve of this message.
This product may cause change of race, hair color, and personality. Proactive is not responsible for any of these results.
Where are you running? Robespierre! He's coming to get me! Oh no! What kind of shoes are you wearing? Sandals! Oh no! She's caught! Where are you running from?
The guillotine!
Oh no!
She died because she wasn't wearing Nikes.
And we're back!
Bonjour, welcome to French International 105. Tune in to 18 o'clock.
Oh, breaking news. The tennis court oath has just been established. We have Melissa on the scene. Take it away, Melissa.
Hello, I'm here with Jacques Clouseau, a member of the Bourgeoisie. So, what events have been leading up to this tennis court oath?
Well, you see, I am part of the Third Estate. We were never heard by anybody. So when the States General was called, we were so excited. And we were given double the representatives. We couldn't believe it, and we shouldn't have. Because once we got there, we found out it was all a sham. We would only get the same number of representatives as everybody else, meaning we would get nothing. And the king would not hear us. And then we created the National Assembly, and that led to us making the tennis court oath. Earlier this morning, we solemnly swore, and now we are going to honor that and keep that.
So, you seem to be very passionate about this. What events have, before the National Assembly, created such emotion in you?
Well, you see, the Third Estate is starving. Because of the bad crop, bread prices have risen, and we don't know what to do. We're not going to be able to survive. People are going to die.
And what do you think about the First and Second Estates not doing anything about this?
Well, I think it's terrible. I mean, first of all, the king is living a lavish lifestyle, and his queen, even more lavish. What are we supposed to do? They've told us to eat cake. We can barely eat bread.
Well, there you have it.
Repeat after me. I solemnly swear.
I solemnly swear
Never to separate.
never to separate
And to meet whenever.
and to meet whenever
The circumstances might require.
the circumstances might require,
Until we have established.
until we have established
A sound and just constitution.
a sound and just constitution. Bonjour, this is French International News 105, and today we are here to talk about church reforms. We have a guest speaker here today, a clergy member, part of the First Estate. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Bishop Shermalair.
Bishop Shermalair, may you please tell us of the advantages that you have in the First Estate as a clergy member?
Well, we have a lot of power and we own 10% of the land in France. And we also are very rich because we get taxes from the land.
So, what do you think about the poor? They're already poor, they're having a tough life, they can't even pay for their own hygiene, and you think they should pay for their taxes? How do you feel about that?
Well, I don't care. I think that their bishops should always be on top because they're closest to God. So they always should be on top. And then the nobility and then the peasants, and that's how it's always been, and that's how it always will be.
What about the Declaration of Men?
Well, it's the same thing. They want to be equal. Well, I'm sorry. I think the bishops should be on top, and then the nobility, and then the freaking peasants.
Can you please explain to the world around you what happened to the National Assembly?
Well, we tried to join the Third Estate, but they didn't let us, so the Third Estate formed by itself.
Why did you decide to join the Third Estate?
Because we believed in their cause.
Were you upset about, what really upset you about the church reforms? They took away your land, you had to start paying taxes, you had less power. Do you think this was okay?
No, because they took away our land, and we are the closest to God, so we deserve everything. We don't deserve to pay taxes. We deserve all the land that we can get.
Okay. Well, you heard it here, folks. This is French International 105. Thank you. Thank you.
Breaking news. King Louis XVI has just been executed. The monarchy is abolished.
You Jaredans are horrible people.
How are we horrible people?
You are
Jacobins.
You are disorganized.
How are we
You do not have your priorities set in order. You do not know how to keep
Your
order.
priorities are to get the guillotine and kill every single one you see.
Well, this is what we believe. We believe if virtue be the spring of a popular government in times of peace, the spring of a government during a revolution is virtue combined in terror.
But peace does not mean getting the guillotine out. In the reign of terror,
How do you expect to have a republic, a democracy, a government by the people, if we have people running around that are against us? We need to kill them off.
In the September massacre, you kept on killing everyone, encouraging the people to kill. We tried to keep it safe.
We must smother the internal and external enemies of the republic or perish with it. Now, the situation, the first maxim of your policy ought to be to lead the people by reason and the people's enemies by terror. If you have people that are against the government, how are we going to become successful?
But how do you know who is the enemies and who are the people? If you just kill a massacre, you just kill everyone.
That's the whole point. If we kill everyone, everyone will be scared and everyone will be in order.
So then that's not organized.
That is organized.
Oh,
people will be worried and they will act better. They will be scared.
What about this Robespierre, your leader of the Jacobins?
Robespierre believes fully in terror. That's what we should do. If we want our government to be in order, if we want what we've been fighting for the whole time, we must lose some more people.
Aren't you scared that...
We've already lost so many people. What's going to happen if we lose some more?
Well, your Robespierre guy is going to get killed someday.
No, he's not.
Yes, he will.
He is going to be... Ladies and gentlemen, when you guys get that freedom, that government, it's all going to be because of him. To my people. To the people I respect, and to the people I want to kill. Government.
The people you want to kill.
We will give you the government you want. Do not listen to these people. Thank you.
Where are you going?
Leaving the reign of terror. Robespierre. No. I'm an immigrant. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Robespierre, and I'm today here to talk about the Committee of Public Safety. And so, about the Committee of Public Safety, it was created by the convention to deal with threats to France. It was made of 12 members and who had absolute power. And the reason they had absolute power was to really save the revolution. We also believe that because everyone's a part of the Three Estates, everyone has to pay taxes towards the war effort in order to truly have a freedom in our country. We are also in charge of all trials and executions, which really does make sense because if we want everyone to be free, we need to make sure everyone's in order and everyone's following the rules. We also commanded and had put out really good officers who had excellent tactics for winning war, and we were so successful in conquering lands and spreading what was called the freedom fever across Europe.
Thank you so much for that detailed Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yesterday, July 27th, 1794, Robespierre was arrested by the Committee of Public Safety, which he was a head of. Today, early this morning, he was executed. There's word going around that the Reign of Terror has finally gone to an end, but there still more to come.
Robespierre is dead and the Reign of Terror is over. We're gonna come back to France and be under the rule of the great Napoleon Bonaparte and serve under the Directory. Today on French International 105, we will be talking about nationalism, which is spreading across this country very rapidly. Our country, France, has been in war with Germany and Italy and has taken over them, which is our French property right now. Here are two video diaries from a member of the bourgeoisie and a peasant. Take a look.
Bonjour. I'm here to tell you about how I love to be a French citizen. It's the best thing ever. Napoleon is the best thing that's happened to our country, ever. He is the best person ever. We are winning so many wars and battles, and we're the strongest country. And it's awesome, because France is awesome. Go France! Woo!
This is my life. Life has been very difficult these few days. A couple weeks ago, my little brother passed away. We didn't have enough to feed him. Housing has been very hard. We have been paying our taxes to fulfill our national debt. But with Napoleon on our side, I actually have some hope and we may actually succeed.
Bonjour, this is French International 105 and we're here today in the public to ask some questions. Bonjour.
Bonjour, my name is Natalie.
Bonjour, Natalie. We just have some questions here from our news station here today. One of the questions is, what do you think about nationalism and what do you think the other people in your country think about that?
Well, its nationalism is a pride and its devotion to one's country, and a lot of people are feeling, very pumped up about France right now, which is basically what nationalism is. Everyone's very excited, they're making new songs and chanting, marching around France. It's very exciting.
It's very exciting. Well, you heard it here, folks. This is what we think about nationalism. Please tune in. Thank you. Bonjour, this is French International 105, and today we have a documentary made by yours truly, Professor Mahrez Hussein, a part of the Current Events Department in the University of France.
Today we're going to talk about the Lion, Nantes, and the Republic of Virtue. So for Robespierre, the realization of general will would make the Republic of Virtue a reality. Its denial would mean a return to despotism. Robespierre knew that the Republic of Virtue could not become a reality unless threats of foreign and civil war were removed. To preserve the Republic, Robespierre and the Convention of Public Safety instituted the Reign of Terror. Counter-revolutionaries, the Girondins, priests, nobles, and aristocrats immediately fell under suspicion. Danton, a revolutionary who sought peace with Europe, was executed. The choice instrument was the guillotine. It was quick and humane, as they said. And in 1794, there were mass executions at Lyons. Boats were fired up and sunk at Nantes. 500 were killed in one execution. About 15,000 people perished officially. Over 100,000 people were detained as suspects. Thank you very much. I hope you learned from this educational documentary. Bonjour, this is French International 105 and we are here with the latest news.
Yes, the latest news is the Napoleonic Code. We've just got wave of this. And the Napoleonic Code will say equality of men, religious freedom, and it will abolish the serfdom. This is a huge milestone for France.
Also, Napoleon has made peace with the Catholic Church, and he has won over all 3 classes.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Dear Diary, some confusing things just happened. Napoleon is rising to power very quickly now, and he has become head council of Rome, as he calls it. He even took the crown from the Pope's hands and placed it on himself. I guess France is really abandoning the Catholic Church once and for all. This was all several days ago. I heard a rumor that while he was speaking to a priest in Milan, that he said, "Society without religion is like a ship without a compass." So maybe he does still have some respect for the church? I guess we will never know. I just don't know who to support, the church or Napoleon. Obviously, I know that I'm supposed to support the church, but who really holds the power now? I guess I'll just have to see how far this plays out.
I joined Napoleon's forces and we just came back from a great victory in the Netherlands. We now have Netherlands. Go France!
So Napoleon knows he can't go to war with Britain. So what is he doing?
He's gonna cut off trade with Britain.
So this is known as the continental system, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in to French International 105. We'll see you tomorrow at the 8 o'clock news.